Now let's talk about actually writing an academic summary. The first thing we need to do is clarify what exactly a summary is. A summary is an overview of any given source material. You might be summarizing an article or a chapter from a book or a film. A summary is always short. It is always shorter than the original. It should capture the main ideas of the source and only contain the most crucial details. It is always written in your own words, so you're paraphrasing when you're summarizing. Lastly, a summary uses third person. A summary is not creative. Unfortunately, summaries are prescriptive, formulaic. A summary does not include your opinion. Summaries are an overview of a source, not your opinion on that particular topic. A summary is not a series of direct quotes. In fact, you are not quoting at all in an academic summary. Now that you understand what a summary is and is not, let's get into the details of how to structure it. In this video, I'm explaining an academic summary as being comprised of two levels. When we look at the first level, level 1, we're really focusing on the first sentence of your summary. In this sentence, you're locating the who, what, where, when, and why of the source. Once you've done that, you're trying to identify the author's thesis. What was their main idea? You will always include in the first sentence, or level 1 of your summary, all of those details about the source. In that first sentence, your reader should know who wrote it, the title of the article, where and when it was published, and what the author's main message was, or the thesis. Here you can see a basic template you can follow when you're constructing level 1, or the first sentence of your academic summary. You can see that I've provided a filled-in example using that template below. I want you to notice right here when I say reporting verb, you're going to choose some kind of verb that you feel is appropriate for the main idea of the article. So if your author was arguing something, you might say argues. But if you found that they were merely describing something, maybe argues is too strong. Here are some other reporting verbs you might consider. Once you are finished level 1, which focuses on all of the source information, you're ready to dig into level 2, where you're looking for all of the crucial details mentioned in the article. You'll notice that there's a template here for level 2. The example given is in this article, the author describes, and then you insert the what or who, and argues, and you might insert another example. Notice that there are transition words, and that you're mentioning things in the same order that they appear in the article. When you put levels 1 and 2 together, it could look something like this template that you see in front of you. Notice that there are transition words making it flow, and that you're using little reminder phrases so that your reader doesn't think that these are your ideas. You're mentioning the author or the article, and you're paraphrasing everything. You're only including crucial details, no examples. Examples are extra details. Don't forget to cite. At the end of the article, you would need to have the author's surname, comma, and the year in brackets, because you have paraphrased all of the information and you took all of those ideas from another outside source. Take a peek at these reminder phrases. This helps your reader to remember that you are sharing ideas from another source. These are not your opinions. Here is an example of an article that had about 6 or 7 paragraphs. You'll notice that you can take one paragraph and summarize it in about 1 or 2 sentences. And when you put it all together, levels 1 and 2, oftentimes one paragraph in total is enough. It all depends on the length of the original source. When you're looking at this particular example, I hope you're able to identify all of the source information in level 1, and that you notice the transition words and the fact that there are reminder phrases and that a citation is given at the end. You would, of course, need to include a reference page for that citation as well.